So, opening for the first time the replacement for my DNT Thermite scope. Unfortunately I didn't do a review or unboxing of the Thermite, but I can do a little bit of a review later on down the track. But because I was having issues with the DNT, I've gone ahead and bought myself a guide in sort of the mid-price tier. So it was substantially more expensive than the DNT, but I think it'll be worth it. This is first unboxing, so I'm seeing this for the first time as well. Got ourselves the basically a layout sheet. Nice looking case. And this is massive, by the way. There's nothing more in there. Like, when I received the box, I was not expecting it to be so large. That's what she said. Yes. Oop. Knocking things over. I haven't really got a filming studio, unfortunately, so I'm going to try and do this one-handed. So, what do we get? So, for those that don't know this model, it's a TU650M, so M stands for multi-spectral, meaning that it has day-night vision and thermal all in one. This has a 2560 by 2048 resolution of the AMOLED screen that I'm going to be looking through. Shock resistance and smart video recording is pretty standard across the board these days. Don't mind my daughter sitting in the background making noises. At least she's not screaming like she was previously. The scope comes with... Yes, I heard you. The scope comes with a quick release mount, so you don't have to buy rings when you buy this scope, because this is in the same form factor as a standard scope. So they supply the rings for you, which is a mono piece. Yep, single piece. So it'll be the first time I'll be using mono pieces instead of a two-piece rings. Allen key. I believe this is the IR torch for the night vision. Yep, IR torch. Charger for your batteries, because this uses the 18650 batteries, which is really good. USB 3 to USB-C charging cable. I dare say these will be the batteries, yes. 2 of 3300 milliamp hour 18650 batteries. So it's good that they've given me 2. Strap for the bag. This is for the IR torch to be mounted to the scope. And a user guide. Basically, that's about it for that. And we flip over this piece, and here we have the scope. See if I can make a bit of a platform here, so I can pull the scope out and have a look. Don't really want to show the background of my landroom at the moment, because she's a bit of a mess from the little chidlets that are running around. Thankfully one's out at the shops at the moment with mummy. And where I put it? Here. There she is. It has laser rangefinder under that glass there. So laser range finds out to 1500 meters, if I remember correctly. It has a ballistic calculator built in. This is the day-night vision scope, and this is the thermal glass underneath here. She looks beautiful. So, brought you along for the ride to have a look at something that this is my first time playing with a piece of kit, one, this expensive, and two, we're going through this together. So pretty cool that it has a throw lever, I should say, not leather. Throw lever. Christ, I can't get my words out this afternoon. For the zoom, this is not like a standard scope where, you know, these are your adjustments for windage and elevation. They have different purposes for menu. You've got your on button on the top there. I believe this cap here is for the battery. This has a secondary battery built into the scope as well, so you have sort of the run time of both the battery and both the battery that you insert as well as the internal capacity battery, which is charged via that port there. See, I don't even have to read the manual. I've watched enough reviews on this thing to understand what does what. But I'll still read the manual because there's probably things in there that weren't covered in other reviews. And, you know, you got your toggles and whatnot for accessing menus and going through that and setting settings up and whatnot. There is a app that you can download with this, so you can put in your profiles for your bullets for the ballistic calculator via the app, and the app then uploads to the system. That way you can calculate out in the field, which would, I think most people that watch these videos know what happens when that occurs, but for anyone that doesn't know, essentially you'll have your crosshairs that you're looking through, you'll arrange something, and then it will put, if it's at a distance where you're going to get bullet drop, it'll run the calculations and it will put like a cross or a mark somewhere on your crosshairs to say you need to aim at this point, rather than the center of your crosshairs, in order to account for bullet drop from that calculation. And gives you it's not foolproof, and the data it spits out is only as good as the data that you put in. So if you get your data incorrect, it's going to spit out incorrect data and you'll likely miss. But if you put in good data and it spits out good data, your chances are not going to be 100%, but because, you know, there's still obviously variations for the shooter itself and the rifle setup, but your chances of hitting a target at distance are much higher, a higher chance that you'll be able to make that shot. Which is what I'm looking for, because I'm not a sniper. I know the basics of the calculations on how to do long-range shooting, but when I'm in the field and I've got an animal that, you know, on average you get about 10 seconds to aim and shoot before they realise you're there, I don't want to be sitting there trying to do mathematics. So I'd rather just the system do this for me, which means I don't particularly learn a new skill as a result. But if the system works every time, all times, I don't have a problem with that. So, but this bag is like heavily cushioned, which is really good. I think Guide has done an exceptional job setting. Oh, they're also removable. I don't know if there's other stuff in here. Probably not. But anyway, they've done. Oh, they've even got loops for where the batteries go once you pull them out. Anyway, that's the unboxing. So hopefully in the near future I will have a bit more play with this piece of kit once I get out in the field again, which I don't even know when that will be. And then I can show some videos of it out in the field shooting and all of that good stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Yeah.